So I left Wednesday, got back at 5 in the morning this morning from Hawaii. Um, we got there Wednesday morning. We left Saturday night, 8 o'clock. Um, had a good time, man. First time ever. First time is what it is. I've been to Hawaii when I was in the military. So we were just passing by, pulled in, went around the town, had some fun, and left. And don't really remember much of it. Just remember hanging out with my buddies, drinking, going to the beach. And that's nothing much more than that. But I was a little tired. It was a little rough as far as the sleeping. What's up, Nick? It was a little rough as far as that because the time difference. So it's funny because normally in California we're behind, and we're the one behind in time, and we're 3 hours ahead of them. So normally East Coast is 3 hours ahead of us. We're always behind. So you get used to that, especially in the business I'm in. Most of my customers are East Coast, so they're always two or 3 hours ahead of me, depending on where they live. So me, glad to be home and get make this food, kind of food I want to eat. You know, I do that carnivore diet or low carb diet. It's hard for me to eat. Over there, the big deal, the food over there. Well, so Renee, the big food over there is freaking spam. That's what everybody wants, spam right there. God is good, brother, all day. Spam, and they always give you rice. So that was a struggle for me because I can't eat rice. So when I do a cheat day, so normally I just do carnivore, meat only. When I do a cheat day for me is not like tortilla or bread or rice. That doesn't work for me. A cheat day for me is a salad. I like salads anyway, but that's a cheat day for me. That's what I consider a cheat day. But yeah, man. My wife set it up. Man, I tell you right now. Let me get these on there, and I'm gonna explain to you how my wife set it up. She did a pretty good job. It was just right. We got to do a lot of things, and it wasn't too overwhelming. You guys have ever been on a vacation where you book so many things to do? You're not even having fun. You're just rushing around trying to hurry up and do everything. So she did it just right. The way you did it. Look at this, look at it. I don't know about you guys, but I went to the store right now because we got back this morning. I got back. What's up, Harold? What's up, brother? $6, brother. $6.78 for this. Yeah. What I'm talking about. You know me. Back to regular prices. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something bad about California. It's pretty crazy. I'm gonna tell you a little secret. You know, everybody thinks that Hawaii's expensive to live in it, and we always been taught that Hawaii's expensive to live there. The cost of living is high. Gas is high. Everything is high in Hawaii because it makes sense because everything is imported there. You have to go there. And everything has to be city because they don't export anything. They import everything. Their gas, their food, everything is imported in. So theoretically, it makes sense why Hawaii is high. Well, so Michael, it makes sense, very much sense, right? So I'm gonna say something right now. It's probably gonna make some people upset, but California's higher. The gas is more expensive in California. Food is more expensive in California. Cost of living, housing is more expensive in California. It's insane, dude. It's insane that we are more expensive than Hawaii. That's crazy. It's very, very similar. Well, we should be nowhere near Hawaii. I'm gonna tell you right now, gas is cheaper in Hawaii. Gas per gallon of gas was $3 something. $3 something a gallon. I bought gas off the 5 for $4.13. It's $3 something there in Hawaii. if you get to the $4 gas for like gas, you're buying gas from like Chevron, Mobil, the higher end gas stations. That's not a good thing. But you know me, I was talking. I talked to the locals, man. I want to like know what it's like, and then they're telling me, and I was like, man, I was like asking like, how much rent? How much does this rent cost? They're telling me, well, if we all work in Honolulu, but we live North Shore, this and that, we live here. So because that's some have their land is passed to them through their family. Some is passed through them ethnicity. If they have a certain amount of Hawaiian blood, they automatically get some kind of land. They're like on a wait list, but they get land. But they were explaining it to me, and I was like asking, what does a 2-bedroom apartment go for? And they're 2-bedroom apartment, 800,000 square foot, probably looking about $2,500. And that's exactly what my brother-in-law pays. My brother has he has a 2-bedroom duplex, and pays $2,500. If you go to LA, you live in the worst neighborhood, and you pay more for that because it's so packed in like San Bernardino LA area. There's so many people. They're just ripping people off for the rent. I think my cousin lives in this. My cousin lives in a spot where I want to say he has a 1-bedroom apartment. Someone just got shot right in his front yard, and he pays $2,000 for a 1-bedroom apartment in Fontana, California, right by the bus stop. It's pretty crazy, man. So I don't know, man. We need to kick out. We need to get rid of all the people who are making bogus laws and making us pay for it. You know what I mean? What's up, Ernesto? What's up, brother? Yeah, not in California, brother. That's crazy. $2.50 a gallon? That's crazy. That's crazy, dude. But anyway, we had a blast. So let me tell you about my trip. So we went to Hawaii. We flew there. And man, hey, I've never been on one of those planes where there's 2 rows. Or I mean, like what I mean by that is there's a row by the window, a row in the middle, and then another row next to the thing. And there's, you know what I mean? There's two aisles where you can walk up and down. That's crazy, man. I've never been on a plane that big. I always thought those were fake. I thought those were only on TV. I never been on one in real life. It's crazy. We got there. It took us 5.5 hours. They need to get there. They're going there, but it only took us like 4.5 hours coming back. I was looking. So on the Hawaiian Islands, you can see how fast you're going. It tells you like how fast you're going. We're going faster and back, so it's kind of cool. But I tell you now, I was hurting, man. Today, when I got back, I landed in LA and I had to drive another 3.5 hours this way. I was hurting, and I didn't really get sleep good because, like I said, the timing is messed up. So on there, I already got bad sleep on the way there. So on the way, I was already falling behind and sleeping because we had things to do, and yeah, that was hard. Oh, my wife was struggling. This morning, I was so tired, I was almost like delirious. And I wanted to go see my granddaughter, so I didn't even go home. I went straight to go see my granddaughter for like 15, 20 minutes, and then came home and knocked out. Woke up around 12:30. I was hurting, dude. I was hurting pretty bad. But as far as the trip, my wife freaking did it. Freaking perfect. The way she did it, she planned something every day. So it was only one thing each day. So the first day we got there, we got there, and I think we did got there in the morning, and we did the luau, I think. Yeah, we did the luau the first day. The luau, we did luau first day. So we got there, got checked in. Oh, let me tell you about the people, man. First, I'm gonna tell you right now, we're Hilton members, so we go all over the place. We go to different Hiltons. I'm gonna tell you right now, the best people at Hilton, by far, or smokes them all. I'm talking about the way they treat you, they're how cool they are, and I'm gonna post a picture. I took and they really talk the way they talk like that, and it's Hawaii, man. The Hawaiians, like the people from Hawaii, man, they're freaking awesome, man. The way I go, man, I've never been treated like I've been to different Hiltons, never been treated this well. They're super nice, super like it was just fun, man. It was cool, and but anyway, the first day we get there, we check in, meet some really cool guys, and they remember your name, so that's another cool thing. When we check in, we go, and then at nighttime we go to a luau. Man, luau was freaking good, man. It was awesome luau. It came with the dinner, the luau, free drinks. Hey, I'm gonna tell you the story about the drinks. So there's a cool thing about the drinks. You guys know I'm not drinking, right? So that's the cool thing about that. So when you get there, they gave you your first drink free. All right. Then they gave you 2 free like tickets to get a drink, 2 drinks, because I guess the whatever package my wife bought, and we got free dinner. So I'm not drinking, right? And then all the like water and juice and stuff like that was free. You don't have to pay for that. That's to everybody. It's free because the hydration. So at the end of the night, we got 2 free drinks. So the first free drinks, I got one of those like a mocktail, and my wife got a real one. All right, I got a mocktail, and then so now and remember, my wife got 1 free drink, and we had 4. That means we have 4 tickets. We each got 2. So freaking, I ended up giving my wife. She went and got 2 more drinks, and she was already buzzing. She wanted no more. She only drank 2, 3 drinks. She's done. So I asked her, "Want any more?" So I had 2 tickets. So there's a couple next to her. Hey man, you guys want these tickets? And I'm like, really? I'm like, yeah, go ahead, man. So that was kind of cool, man. That story was kind of cool. I was able to get my alcohol tickets away, and I was just drinking water and juice, and I got a free mocktail in the beginning. But that was cool. Luau was freaking awesome. That was first night. Came home, went to bed. Second day, all day tour. She took it's called what they go something round tour. They give you breakfast. They take you around all different spots and hit different spots. And man, we had an awesome tour guide. Her name was Lola, and man, she really knew like her history. And hey, it's crazy because I've been to Hawaii and never like even cared about the history. All I want to do is get out the boat, go drink, and get back on the boat. You know what I mean? And I don't even remember much of it. I don't even remember. I remember. I know I went. I seen pictures. I was there, but it's all blurred to me. I don't remember. We got off and got some little hole in the wall motel, and we didn't care when we went in there, and bought us a bottle and beer, and we just went to town on whatever we were doing. But so that was fun. That was really fun. And then so check this out. I noticed too when I was in Hawaii. So we did that, right? When I greet people, I always tell them thank you, have a blessed day, or God bless, or something like that. I always tell people like that. Well, I noticed that in Hawaii, I wasn't getting any kind of normally here I get response. Even in the line, I forgot to take my chain off and I'm going to the checkpoint, and when you go to the airport, and I go, oh shoot, I'm sorry, I got my chain. I put it like this, and the lady, she saw my chain, and she goes, God bless, have a blessed day. I go, you too, ma'am. And they're like, you too. But in Hawaii, I wasn't getting none of that kind of like no response to it. People were like, they didn't respond to to God like that. Well, my two buddies that are in our motel, the one that told you are super nice, super cool. Man, I was telling my story, telling how things I've done and this and that, and we just talking for a long time. I was down drinking my coffee. I get up and early, start drinking my coffee, walk around, and sharing some stories with them, sharing about the barbecue, sharing different stuff like that. And I'll tell them I can't get many barbecues in Hawaii because it's so expensive to ship there. And then I started talking about God a little bit, and man, they were all over it. They could quote it. They were God bless, and I said something, and he's like, man, he said in my story, gave him goosebumps. He goes, man, I got goosebumps, man. Like, yeah, they were just awesome people. I'm gonna post a picture of the 2 guys. They were super cool. His name was Castle. I can't remember the other guy's name. Every time I walk in, hey, Mr. Castro, it was fun. And then so we did that all day tour. We got back, and we were tired from that. That tour was pretty freaking it was a long tour. Then and then after that we went to go dinner, went to Cheesecake Factory. Started raining a little bit, came walking back. Everybody was walking. My wife's scheduled to where we didn't get a car. Anytime we had to go somewhere, we just got an Uber. And because just to have a car there, it's $50 a day just to park. Or $70 a day to park. I think my wife said she spent like for all the Ubers. All Ubers cost, I think she said it cost I think he said it was like $140 for the whole week we're there, for the whole time we're there. Yeah. We just Ubered everywhere. Ubered and walked. So like, man, and if it was $140 for the whole week, it would have been, and they're on it. Do you Uber and they get to you within 3 to 4 minutes. They're right there, and they're pretty nice. Most of them are pretty nice. But it was fun, man. It was a good time. It was fun. And then Friday, so hold on, let me see. Then Friday we did the cruise. So Nancy scheduled a cruise for us. We get on the ship, we go cruise all Waikiki. You go out in the bay. You go out of the bay and you go to Waikiki. That's one of the beaches out there, and cruise there. They have a fireworks show. They had a dinner for us. Again, they give you free drinks. So I've got to have the drinks. I just got water because I'm not drinking, and Lots, man, just big old buffet plate of food. It worked out good for me because I'm only eating meat. So we did that. And then, so my wife got sick on the boat. My wife can't do boats. She has a problem with motion sickness, so she can't do boats. But she did good. She tried to put the patch on and everything, and didn't work out for her. She got sick at the end. It was 3 hours long, so that was a little too long for her. The first couple hours, the first maybe hour and a half, she was good, and then like the last hour and a half, started feeling it. Last 30 minutes, it was not good for her. And then Saturday, our way back. On Saturday, we're leaving. We don't leave till 8, so we did a Pearl Harbor tour. That was freaking cool. You know what? It sucks because I was in the Navy, so when I pulled in there, Pearl Harbor was there, but I didn't go check it out. Like, man, I don't want to go. I wanted to go. I wanted to get off the boat. But now, as I'm older, I learned to look back at things, look at history, and I look at things. And I'm like, man, as being a sailor, being in there, I bet you didn't even know what hit them. They didn't even see it coming. I mean, they didn't even see it coming. All I'm glad is, normally I told my wife, you know what, I was almost mad being in there, see how many sailors died, how fast they did it, and the way they did it. I was almost like, man, I can imagine being in a ship and being down there just working and not even see it coming. Don't even know. To where, like, you know what? I'm glad though. I'm glad. America. Some things happen to America and they let it slide. Well, I'm glad in that history, America avenged those sailors. America made Japan pay for that. You know what I mean? To where you may not think that's a good thing. You may think, oh, it's kind of bad what they did. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're in the Navy and you know the way those people went, that was a necessary act of what they did in Japan, and that makes me proud to be an American. And you know what? Yeah, those sailors died like that, but America made them people pay for that. They made the Japanese pay for that because that was. You have to be in the Navy to understand, and like, that wasn't even like, that was just dirty. It was a dirty attack. Everything about it was just dirty. So I'm just thankful that that nothing like that happened when I was in the Navy. But and those bodies are still in there. So those people, it's not only is it a memorial, it's a gravesite. The bodies are still down there. You can't get the bodies out because there's still ammo and missiles down there, and they don't want to disturb anything and make something go off. You know what I mean? So they just left them in there. But yeah, man. It is, and then we came back. Just walked around Honolulu again because we had to check out at 10. We already checked out. Again, they were super cool. We already checked out. They hold all our baggage for us. We were able to go and walk around, and then we had walked around, found some little, like, you can find little hidden in between little buildings, find little hidden swap meets. We're in there and just doing that and get little souvenirs and just trying to kill time till 8. Got back, landed here at like 4:30 in the morning. We had like 4:30 in the morning. My wife scheduled it so well. We drove our truck to a parking structure. They drove us to the airport, picked us up from the airport, drove us back to my car, and we came back. It was like, she knows. So I struggle with my anxiety with the airports. I don't like that hold they have over you. Like one little mistake and they can hold you there, or you can miss your plane or do something like that. I don't really care when I'm going because the worst can happen is they don't let me go and I go home. But if I'm like in Hawaii and they don't let me go and I'm stuck there and I don't like that feeling, I don't know, something about it gets me. So I'm like, man, I was worried. She knows that and she goes into it knowing it, so she planned it like, all right, this guy's gonna not like this. So she says, you can't put this. You can get it no more easier than the way she did it. If I was to look at it, probably the hardest part is once you get there is figuring out the airport and figuring out where your gate's at and figure out which way to go. But other than that, that's a given. You're gonna go through that. But everything else, all the little hurdles was taken out. Oh, and we had to do we also scheduled where you get to go talk to we're a Hilton member, so we had to talk to them for a little bit, and then that was it. And that was only like 2 hours long, which is kind of cool because we're at other motel they have all set up. It was pretty awesome. But I had a good time, man. I had a blessed time. And then came back, got to squeeze in a little visit with my granddaughter. Then I came back and I just knocked out, man. I'm ready to wake right now. I was like, man, I'm gonna make something up right now. Now I'm watching that show with Jason Momoa, about the Hawaii, that show he made about Hawaii, and can't think what it's called. But I'm watching it right now because now I know the history. So now the history story that I was told is going together with the show. So it It's a little more sense. I know that. Like, that's why I like tours, because they tell you the history of Hawaii or wherever you're going. Like, dude, I always, first thing I do when I get there, I look for a tour. I want to see a tour. San Diego, tour. Virginia City, tour. San Francisco, tour. I want to see a tour, because that's, dude, don't even try to drive around and figure it out. Let them tell you, take it around. And then maybe like do a tour like your first day. That way it gives you an idea of everything. Then you can decide what you're gonna do after that. I mean, it's pretty. And don't schedule too much stuff, because then you're just trying to hustle and bustle, trying to get to the places, and you're forgetting to have fun. You know what I mean? I don't like that. I don't like the. But then that, God bless us with a good time, man. It was a good time. Beautiful room, beautiful place we stayed. Excellent service. I didn't have most all service was excellent. It was all good. Everything was excellent. Everything was good. It was a good time. But and that's it, man. But I'm gonna get back to making my videos. Business is really slow. Business is at a point where it's never been this slow. I was telling my wife, I think I'm gonna go back to my smaller barbecue, because I went back to the 22, kind of like advertisement, let people see the 22 and so people will see it and do that. But me personally, I like to use the 14. I use just a little bit of feel. Don't get me wrong, I can use the lid and direct and kind of guide it, but when you're cooking like for just two people, the 14 sometimes is good, because it designated all the heat in one spot. Where this has, even though it's still smaller than a normal Santa Maria, it's still, I'm only cooking 2 pieces of meat on all this room. So that's why I use the what's called to direct it. You know what I mean? There you go. Check it out. But I need to get back to my videos. Hey, I know you guys can see. I know if you guys are following me on my YouTube videos. Check it out. Where I'm building a motor right now. I did the paint job. So you guys saw me tape it off. I did the paint job off camera, and I painted it gold. Came out freaking bitching. It came out really good. So now we're gonna start putting it back together. I've already painted the pan, the block, and the timing cover. Now we're gonna start putting the heads on, putting the cam, and reinstall the cam back in. I need to double check the cam real quick, and then we'll go from there. I think the cam is the cam I want to use anyway. I can see some of the numbers in the back that are stamped in. It's either 1071 or 1074. I need to be a 1074. I have other cam. I'm gonna mic the cam, see if they mic the same. If they mic the same, I'm gonna put the cam back in, clean it all up, put it back in. I'm gonna check some clearances on the bearings. I found a bunch of mistakes when the motor put together. And matter of fact, those mistakes probably would have wiped out the motor. It sucks because the short block itself is put together very nicely, and I just want to check some torques on there and everything else, where the mistakes were made in the small details, where that comes from. I don't know. I'm not sure who put the motor together, but those small details were very, very would have created a very big issue. Me, I know like the back of my hand, so it's not a big deal to me. I took the motor apart anyway, so when I reinstall it, I'm gonna use all the parts I took off. I'm just gonna show you how to install them correctly, how they were installed wrong, and what I'm gonna do to correct it, and show you what I do. So I'm doing it step by step. My videos are long. I don't know how to do what do you call it? Where you I don't know how to edit. So it is, you get what you get. You know what I mean? It's straightforward. There's nothing other than that. I missed church today. I got back in time to go to church. I was just tired, man. I'm itching for a meeting. I couldn't find no AA meetings over there. Well, I didn't really look. I'm itching for a meeting, and I'm itching to go to church. I need to go be with the Lord. I need to. You know, when you go on vacation, you leave your problems here, but I don't say my problems to you guys so much on my thing. There's a lot of stuff I'm going through I don't say. One is my business. My business is and it's crazy. It's like a light switch. Something happened within the last 2 weeks, and a major thing happened to my business, and I'm in trouble. So I need to figure out what I'm going to do. See if it just has to wait it out or what. I'm not sure, but I need something. And what it is with eBay? eBay is trying to phase out the little guy, and they made a rule that the little guy is not going to be able to follow. It'll put him out of business. And if he tries, he'll lose. But if he tries, he'll lose a bunch of money. So me, I'm not even going to try to go through it because it's not going to work. I've been doing eBay for 13 years. I know the eBay customer very well. And the eBay customer is the Pacific customer. They're and eBay. Most of my business is on eBay. What I use eBay for is more for advertising. But if I have to remove myself from eBay because I can't follow the rules, the new rule, then I'm gonna lose that advertisement. And that advertisement is hurting me right now. I pulled it off. I pulled it off my stuff off for a week to I figured this out, and my business dive bomb. So I don't know. I got to figure it out. The barbecues was already a problem. I wasn't worried about it. The car parks is how I make. Is my bread and butter. Is how I make my money. And if they take that away from me, like I said, I can wait it out. I can say if it's just something going on in the economy, or is it just a coincidence, or is it actually eBay? I'm hoping. I'm praying. You know, God always. God always hooks me up, man. God always takes care of me. So I just gotta have faith. God always takes me here, but I'm not told to sit back and do nothing. You know what I mean? I gotta have faith that He's gonna give me a new idea, or give me a way to work through this, or He's gonna take care of me. I just gotta wait but you can't just sit around. Somebody think, oh, you can't just sit around and wait for something to happen magically. He's gonna open doors, and you have to go after Him. You have to enter those doors, but He'll give you the opportunity. You have to figure them out. So the vacation time was planned before, so it was just bad timing that I happened to go on vacation when all this happened. So I wasn't really thinking about it when I was on vacation. I was thinking about it a little bit, but not too much. And but now it's hitting me. I got to figure something out. It's pretty stressful. But and you guys know me, man. I put it out here for you guys. I talk about whatever. We do whatever, and we go from there. But yeah, it's I gotta figure it out. I'll figure it out. God took care of me before. He'll take care of me again. I'm not worried about it. I should have what's called these. I should have put some suntan lotion on there. I didn't think about it. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna speed it up. I'm gonna cook it faster. That way, they'll give their own juice. But other than that, man, that's all I got going on right here. I'm gonna enjoy some food. So I miss my cookie, man. I miss some good barbecue. Had a freaking blast. It was awesome time out there. And if you watch my videos, Castle, it's a pleasure meeting you and your buddy. I can't remember his name. I'm gonna zoom into the picture and see his name. But both of those guys were super awesome, and I appreciate you guys for making my vacation a special vacation. They're a big part of it. I enjoyed going over there hanging out with them. It was fun. But I'm gonna get out of here. Just want to say God bless. Hope you guys have a blessed weekend. Hope you guys are out there. Hope you guys, if you guys drank today or drank this weekend, hope you guys go to work tomorrow. Don't be calling sick. I stayed sober. Yeah, you know, I ain't gonna lie, it wasn't hard. I didn't even feel like drinking. I tell you why. The only time I felt like drinking there was in the morning when I wake up early, and I was watching people I live in my balcony, looking down on the people and watching people start their day and stuff. And before I would always make a drink. But now I don't make drinks, so I just made me a cup of coffee. Had my cup of coffee, sat there. You know, the Hilton that we stay in, they're actually like little apartments. They have stove, refrigerators, like that. So I made myself some breakfast. It was all good, man. It was good. It was a good time. But I'm gonna get out of here. Someone's at my door. But I'm gonna get out of here. Just want to say God bless. Hope you guys have a blessed weekend. And God's in control, huh? We gotta tell. Hey, I gotta take some of my own advice and say God's in control. It's all in God's hands. God has a plan, and it is God's will. And I have to be a part of His will. I gotta make sure that my will is aligned with God's will, not God's will is aligned with my will. I mean, hope He meets me in the middle. That's funny. Nah, I'm just messy. I hope He shows me the path to meet His will. That's what I should say. Give me the path and the power and the knowledge to see God's will and know when to see it. You know what I mean? Exactly, Harold. And I need to, in the morning, I gotta pray a little more. I mean, I didn't pray all week. Yeah, I need to pray a little more and give more attention to my prayer life. And you know, every morning I go to a meeting when I'm home, so And we pray, but it's like, serenity prayer. I need to do a personal prayer with him and sit with him and just think. Normally I do like something, I'll do a Bible study because that's more me, a Bible study guy. But I need to sit down and just sit there and pray with him. But I'm gonna get it out of here, guys. I'm sure you guys what we got going on here. Again, just some cheap pork steaks, $6. Do a little fry. I'll speed it up a little bit. Right there, right there. But anyway, guys, you guys have a very blessed evening. May God bless you. May you guys bless you, your family, your friends. May you guys be safe. And God bless you too. You gotta be safe out there, man. And God loves you. God loves you. Yeah, God's good, brothers. Late.